shall we cut this? That's all caulking. No.
All right, here's what we're into today. Here's our setup. We have our pump. There's a tank of water. We have our return going back into the top so the pump doesn't burn out. We're gonna cut our garage door in today. We're gonna have the saw set up in here. Have the water going. Masks on. Show you our setup in here. That's a plastic setup. I'm gonna make a cut right down here, and that's the easy side, and then this side's the long side. We're gonna have to go all the way down from the top, right down that mark, and then we're gonna have to support the ceiling up there, temporary support, temporary beam, then knock out that first row of block, get our beams set in, and then take out the rest of the block from there all the way down to the floor, get our hole cut. Let's get going. Okay, here's what we got so far. We get everything cut. Got the top notched for the beam to sit into. This side's cut here. So everything's cut now. No temporary supports yet. So you can see we have everything cut through. All the weight's pushing straight down on it, so it can't move anywhere. So you can see that's the cut for the right side. That's the cut for the left side. And that's where I got notched out for the beam to sit into. It'll sit right on this block here. Everything's full with concrete all the way down. We filled that before. And that's where our temporary beam is going to go. 3 2x12s by 12 foot long. We'll go right on the back side of these 2x4s here. So that's where we're at. So we're going to get the temporary supports up and go from there. So here's what we got so far. We got the temporary beam in. We got the jacks holding everything up, the house jacks. We got 3 total. So everything's supported with the temporary beam. Take you outside. At the top, that's where the beam's gonna sit. Inside, and the beam's gonna sit right up in that spot right there. So, work on getting it cleaned up and getting the beam put in. Okay, here's what we got. We got our top plate all cleaned off. There was a couple nails sticking out of the grind. So that's all clean, smooth. That's where the top of the beam's gonna sit. And down here, filled in that with some cement. That's all leveled off real nice. See, that was nice and flat. So we're ready to put our beam in. Let's do it. Okay, we got the beam installed. We get everything leveled out. Plates under everything. 1/8 inch on that side. Brings the beam up level with the top of the block. Beam's nice and level all the way across. We'll fill this edge in with some mortar afterwards. We got our plates here sitting on that side of the cut. The top lines up even with the top of the block. So now we can take out our supports and lower the beam, lower everything down on the beam with the weight set on it. Okay, here's where we're at, the end of day 2. We have the beam in, we have a temporary wall up outside. First day was about a half day of doing all the cuts on both sides. It was a little bit more difficult because we had to bring a tank of water here because there's no water on site. So, that's where we're at. We got that cut there, everything's loose, the beam's in. That's where the window was. That's where our cut is, so we're gonna have to knock out everything from here 10 feet over. That's going to be the fun part tomorrow. So that's just temporary supports holding up that exterior wall for the night. We'll be back in the morning for the fun part, demolition. Show you outside. temporary wall. Just a little bit of a metal roofing over the top just to hold. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. So these were big blocks, 12-inch old cinder blocks. Huge, about 100 pounds a piece. So it'll be fun tomorrow, taking all those out. We're just gonna leave the temporary wall up tomorrow. That way we can work in the rain. It'll be raining outside. We're just gonna tear the wall down and then set the block over to the side so we get a machine in here. We'll take the temporary wall down, get a machine in, load a dump truck up with all the cinder block, and go from there. So we'll be back in the morning. See you in the AM. So here's where we're at on the garage door project with the building. We have the sides all cut out. Cleaned everything up with the cup grinder. Got everything smoothed out for the 2x12 that's going to be going on there. We got one piece of wood up here so far. I'm going to box this in so our garage door will have something to hit against. Put insulation up in there. We got all our steel plates painted. And we're just going to assemble the top. We're going to box this in. I'm going to put a 2x4 up on the ceiling here. And then we're going to box this in with another 2x12. And then I'm going to get another piece to go up here just so this is doubled up for the spring to bolt to. Garage door has a torsion spring on it, so it'll give a nice solid surface to bolt to. And this side's all cut real smooth. So put this header up and get it going. Okay, here we are, end of third day. We got everything ripped out. We got the jambs all ground smooth. So I'll get some treated lumber to put on those. We got our top plate on. It's a little different with this because the block are so wide. A normal residential house would have 8-inch block. So that's why we had to double these up here. Make out wire. I insulated up behind the beam. I insulated in this box because the whole building is going to be insulated when it's all said and done. So that's where we're at. Now I'm going to get treated lumber to actually make the garage door jamb. It'll be 2x8s. It'll run all the way up to the ceiling there. That's what the track will bolt to. And then I'll have my treated lumber that runs on here that the torsion spring will connect to. So that's it for today, and we'll be back on Monday to finish everything up. See if we can get the garage door in. So, see you then.